Another powerful tip to help you abide as yourself is to become aware of the quality of energy. Become aware of the energy feeling closed or open. Become aware of the energy feeling thick or thin, contracted or relaxed, fast or slow, heavy or light. These sort of examples, just becoming aware of the quality of energy. Because what you'll notice is that when you are mind identified, there's a heaviness to the energy. When you're mind identified, there's a closure, there's a contraction, there's this density, there's this thickness, there's this stickiness. Becoming aware of the quality of energy is powerful because you notice it at the energy level. And it's a sign that you are being identified with something that you're not. And once you start becoming aware of this change in energy, you'll start noticing how when you are abiding as yourself, you feel wide open. When you're abiding as yourself, you feel light, expansive, thin, very subtle. Open. And you might be experiencing that when you walk the dog, or you just go check the mail, or you're driving to work. And then you'll start noticing how that energy changes, the dynamics of that energy, it changes. So then when you come back home to your family, then all of a sudden it starts feeling thick, starts feeling sticky in these relationships that you're in, which that's what I'm saying is it becomes a sign. You're noticing it at the energetic level that's when you are mind identified. That's when you are believing to be something that you are not. That's when you are lost in the activity of mind. So you become aware of the energy, the quality of energy as it changes. And then that's what brings that awareness to, I'm identified as thoughts at that time. You'll just start noticing this in your life. That you could be waking up to start your day, take your shower, brush your teeth, and everything feels very relaxed, slow, open. And then you start to feel like, as we all do, this like the day is picking up momentum. And now there's this feeling of like rushing. There's this feeling that the energy is now speeding up. And you can feel it energetically in the body. Now, what is that? Well, that's you thinking about the future. That's you getting lost in the future where you need to be. You're no longer present. You're lost in the future. Mind identified. And by putting that attention on the energy, the quality of the energy, you can feel it. It really feels like almost like a machine is getting started. And and what do people say typically as the day goes? I just, the day just got away from me. It just became so overwhelming. It became fast, busy, 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 busy. They're completely lost in the activity. So something to notice is that speed, and notice how it was very slow when you're just brushing your teeth and showering and then eating breakfast, taking the kids to school, and then getting to the job. And all this, it just picks up. And notice how you can simply be aware of that speed of the energy. And it's just then this feeling that slow down, slow down, slow down. And then you start relaxing into this moment. The speed is coming from the future. The speed is coming from being identified with the future, the thoughts of the future that feel like you're going somewhere. That's what's running. It's the thoughts that's running, the attention that's following the thoughts. That's creating this feeling of pull. And noticing that this pull, that this uneasiness, that this speed is this feeling of being in a hurry, trying to get somewhere. So once you notice this quality of energy, notice that it's got the speed, you just simply deep breath out and relax. You can even just say, slow down, slow down. And you notice that you just relax more and more into this moment. That this is all that there is this moment. There's nothing to run to. There's nowhere you're trying to go. That you just relax into this moment. So it's helpful to just slow down. Notice when you're in a hurry. Notice when there's this stirring of energy, this agitation, where you're in a hurry, gotta go. And just breathe out and slow down. Come down, drop down into the body, put the attention on the body, and just simply allow the breath to slow down. One slow breath will have you notice how that energy is going from fast to slow. And you'll notice that there's this ease, that fast energy was actually uneasy. And now that energy is actually being slowed down. And there's this now ease, there's this calm, and that you simply relax into this moment. And it feels a lot like hopping off a treadmill. And you notice that when you hop off the treadmill, there's peace right here. There's calm right here. There's rest right here, that you can relax. And that there's actually this greater capacity to handle whatever challenge you were running from or whatever you were trying to get to. There's this feeling of being more open, lighter, more expanded, this greater capacity to handle anything that is right here. That you're no longer prioritizing a future moment, seeing this present moment as some sort of obstacle, something that's in the way. You relax into this and realize that hurrying was trying to hurry to the feeling that's actually felt right now. This feeling of calm, peace, happiness, openness, lightness, freedom. It's here. So paying attention to the quality of the energy, just what that energy feels like. Notice how when you come home to maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and notice how something feels sticky. Notice how something feels sticky. Notice how there's like a thickness to the energy. Something feels thick. And you'll start noticing how this energy, as you abide more and more in yourself, you'll find that you're able to abide as yourself more easily by yourself. When you go for a walk, you leave that home, shut the door behind you, and then walk off, it kind of feels like open, light, relaxed, calm. Everything feels more thin, very subtle. And then you kind of come back to the family or the wife and kids or the husband and kids or the whatever it is. And it feels like something just starts closing in. It starts feeling like a tight shirt, some tight clothing. Feels like there's this kind of heaviness, like all of a sudden you're picking up a bunch of that, the luggage, the baggage. as you become aware of that change in quality of the energy, it's about noticing that change and noticing when there's the closeness. It's just relaxing. Relax that closure. Relax the closure. Relax. And it's noticing that when there's the closure, you can surrender the closure. What are you closing off to? Because at that time, you're identified with something that you're not. At that time of closure, there's resistance. You might be resisting something that your husband or wife said. You might be resisting something that just happened with the kids. You might be resisting just like a curveball in the day, something that just simply came out of nowhere, a flat tire, client missing the meeting, you messing up the schedule and showing up to the wrong place. Something is going to feel like it closes, it contracts, it constricts, tightens. And then it's about, can that be surrendered? Can that be then opened up? Can that be released, relaxed? Can that tightness simply return back to its openness? And you see, it's just this play of energy. And once you start getting more in tune with this, then you're really not playing with your mind anymore. You're getting more in tune to the energy. And you're seeing that there's not much storytelling happening here, that you become very in tune with this energy. And now it's just this play of energy. You're feeling this openness, and then you come back to your house, you're feeling it close. And then you play with that energy, and can it come back to the openness? Can you simply remain as what you are while parenting is happening? Parenting is happening, but it doesn't need the seriousness. It doesn't need the pressure and the burden and the heaviness that you see a lot of parents like. You don't see the frustration. You're not getting irritated. You're not getting angry, because you're able to remain as what you are in the midst of all of the role play that's happening. There's no resistance anymore. And that's really what it is that resistance to what is. But by tuning into the energy and feeling that quality, you start picking up, detecting those subtle resistances. Noticing how someone says something and it gets something moves in you. Can someone say something and then there's no reaction in you? Can you remain as that still point? Someone says something, nothing moves. Nothing moves. There's no big reaction and getting now into this big commotion. Not saying that there's going to be no reaction ever. There'll be a reaction, but it's how quickly can you return to your set point? There's this feeling of, as you're abiding as yourself knowingly, like that is the set point. And that these fluctuations, how long are you stuck in that closure? You can see this when someone's really experiencing this depression. They're stuck in this closure for weeks, months, years. And if you're really in tune with this energy, you can feel it around them. You can feel it's like they're like a turtle and they're hiding in the shell. They're closed. They don't want to come out. They don't want to be open. So you can feel it around you. The more in tune you are with this energy, the more in tune you're with the energy that's everywhere. So you can start detecting it in others. You can pick up on their energy. You can pick up on the energy in the room as you get more in tune with this energy that you are ultimately. So it becomes this game. It becomes a game. I used to play this game a lot, and it's just you are just getting more in tune with the subtleness of the energy, that you're picking it up before it even becomes something physical. Like how you can see someone closure and their body language is closed and everything's closed and the posture starts closing. You can pick it up before it becomes that physical manifestation. You're picking it up on the level of energy. You're picking it up there, and you're feeling it. You're feeling it before it becomes this manifestation of physical stress. You're so in tune with just this subtle vibration that then you're not even allowing it to come out as physical stress. You're detecting it prior to that. You're not allowing yourself to be identified in this role or identity that's always a limitation. You're simply abiding as what you are. And when you do get identified, you know that you're identified because you've had all these warning signs, essentially. You picked up on all the signals before. When you felt heavy, you're inquiring, why am I feeling heavy? Open, 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 open. I'm feeling sticky around this person. You know that there's this identification with something that you're not. It's creating this sense of separation. It's this subtle resistance to what's happening. Flat tire happens on your way to work. Anger, frustration, irritation, spinning the story. I'm going to be late. This is a big mess. My day's ruined. How people get stuck in that whirlwind, and it just continues and continues. And then one little event just ruins their whole day. Or can that simply just be accepted, surrendered, and you remain at ease in the midst of what appears to be a problem? And with this practice of just simply playing this game of energy, you start getting very refined. There's a refinement of this energy because of the sensitivity to it. Because as you remain more open in your natural state, you're super sensitive to this energy. You're super receptive to these subtleties, these changes. And you're noticing them sooner, so that when there is that mind identification, or you can feel that mind identification happen, it doesn't become full blown. You don't completely lose yourself. You start noticing the attention getting narrowed and focused on just one thought or this situation in the story, and you learn to withdraw that attention, which then is the opening. And that's really that what's happening is there's this veil. It appears to be a veil, but it's really this narrowing, this limitation of attention that feels like everything closes. As it's closing like a camera's aperture, it blocks out everything, which then when it's really tight, it's like it completely blocks out your true nature. And when that attention is withdrawn and relaxed, it opens, and it stays like this. Not more, but it stays open. It remains undifferentiated. It's not going to a specific thing and focusing exclusively on one thing, which then narrows and tightens and blocks out everything else. It remains open. And it's this openness that you're just seeing everything more clearly. It's this openness that you're receptive to these subtle changes and vibrations, and that you're able to sense it. And it's this game of just catching it, coming back to the set point. Catching when you're closed, coming back to openness. Catching when you're heavy, coming back to the lightness. And it's just this game that really helps you abide as what you truly are. Hopefully this helps. I'll see you in the next one.